Hello and Namaste everyone. I am Ranjan Nagal, continuing your science subject. In previous classes we studied about flower and its parts, and we are going to continue the chapter with the topic pollination. Now, in a flower there are male and female reproductive parts. The male reproductive parts, they are called as a stamen, and female reproductive parts, they are called pistil or a carpel. Now, what is pollination? Is the male gametes produced in the stamen, they have to reach the pistil, that is the female reproductive part. That means the male gamete produces pollen grain, are produced by stamen. Similarly, these male gametes that we call pollen grain, they have to be transferred to the female reproductive part, that is pistil or carpel. Now, transfer of pollen grains from anther, this is a part of stamen, to stigma, this is a part of carpel. This process, that is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, is known as pollination, and it happens in a single flower, from a male reproductive of the same flower to the female reproductive of the same flower. That is called as self-pollination. That means if the transfer of pollen grain occurs in the same flower, that type of pollination can be termed as a self-pollination. If we move to another case, the anther, it contains a pollen grain. If these pollen grain transfer from one flower to another flower, then that is termed as a cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another flower, cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grain between the same flower from male to female, that is self-pollination. We can summarize, there are two types of pollination: self-pollination, cross-pollination. And for self-pollination, it occurs naturally. But in case of cross-pollination, we need pollinators like insects, animals, even we human beings, wind, water in the form of rainfall. During these pollinators, they help in transfer of pollen grain from one stamen of one flower to stamen of another flower. That's why these pollinators are required. But for self-pollination, there is no pollinators required. Why? Because the pollination takes place between the same flower. It occurs naturally. One of the most important pollinator is we can call it honeybee. In today's chapter, we studied about pollination, its types, and the role of pollinators in cross-pollinations. For today, this much. Till we meet in the next video, you stay safe, smile, have a great time ahead.